welcome to Buffalo High School. It is the third of a tri-meet in wrestling here tonight from the Lake Conference. CCX Sports presents Wayzata and Buffalo in our nightcap tonight. Senior night here for the Bison, as four of their seniors were recognized here before this varsity matchup, as both teams with convincing wins over Hopkins in the earlier rounds. And now they get set to go head-to-head here. Sixth-ranked Wayzata, 22nd win of the season earlier. Buffalo's had a very strong program over the years, and they've got some real studs in the middle, and we should see some good matches. I'm Jay Wilcox, Darren Homey joining me for tonight, and a couple along the way, at least on paper, if they end up matching up, should be pretty good ones, I think, here.
Yeah, I think so.
For Wayzata at 106 pounds, will be Luke Kunin.
Luke Kunin of Wayzata receives a forfeit at 106. So Buffalo open there. And we go to 113.
Wrestling 113 pounds from Wayzata will be Logan Swenson.
And Logan Swenson will go at 113 for Wayzata against Aiden Herbst, the seventh grader. Swenson ranked number 3 at 106.
Herbst looked really good in his match against Hopkins. He's got a tough draw here with Swenson, even though Swenson's going up a weight class. He's the number 3 ranked kid in the state, I believe you said earlier. Quick takedown for Swenson.
Logan's undefeated this year too, and considering the schedule they wrestle, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they've wrestled the toughest teams in the state, both AAA and AA. Herbst in on a single, getting stretched out though by Swenson's hips. Now he buckles him at the knee, gets a takedown. Swenson doing a little catch and release here.
Make it 6-3 here.
Now gets in on a left side single leg. Switches to a side cradle. Doesn't quite have the angle, but he's going to adjust it. It looks like now he does. And he's going to get the takedown and maybe some swipes. And the fall potentially. There it is.
So Logan Swenson at 123 gets the fall for the Trojans. So they start out with a forfeit and a pin. Quickly go up 12 zip.
Accepting the forfeit at 120 pounds for Wayzata is Elijah Wald.
Elijah Wald of Wayzata will win by forfeit at 120. So Buffalo open in 2 of their first 3 weights here.
Not sure why they didn't put out a 106 pounder. Dahlheimer wrestled in the Hopkins match. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he got hurt.
For Wayzata, Andrew Larson, and for Buffalo, Austin Carter. Andrew Larson, Wayzata, Austin Carter, Buffalo.
Andrew Larson for Wayzata, Austin Carter for Buffalo here at 126.
Larson with a quick takedown. Trying to run a little bit of a modified spiral.
Larson did not wrestle in the Hopkins match. He is 14-7 this year. It's one thing I think that Wayzata has been able to do these last couple of years is improve their depth too.
They have, yeah. And guys like Larson are part of that. They're part of that tough sophomore class. They have tough partners around them, so they just can't help but get tough, and they all work hard too. So here's a cradle, crossface cradle he's going for. And he has some space, but Carter rolls backwards out of it. That's the hard way to get out of the cradle, but he did it. Not only that, he gets an escape.
Yeah, so no back points there. It sure looked like he was on the way to getting them, but did not.
Point escape, Buffalo.
Larson with a quick single leg, now switches to a Kelly, executes that dump, and he brings Carter to his back, but is not able to get any swipes. Now with a Navy ride. Here he's working the left side wrist. My guess is Larson's looking for maybe a tilt or something from that wrist, but now he goes down under the knee.
Stalling caution on Carter.
Warning, stalling, Carter above the
He was going for a tilt. Now he's going for the reinforced bar, the wrist and bar. He's getting, looks like he's going to get just 2 points on that before time ran out.
6-1.
Larson will take a 6-1 lead after one, and you always like when a guy is kind of conscious of the time and can score late like that. I mean, obviously he wasn't going to pin him with that, but you get 2 points or maybe 3 on some occasions.
Absolutely. Now in on a quick blast double, finishes that. Goes back to working his top game. Carter having a hard time getting out from underneath Larson's pressure.
Yeah, he seems like he's done a pretty good job of keeping pressure forward on him, so he's not really, kind of giving him room to think about getting out. Tried to sit out there, but Larson kept it. Carter earlier on was giving up the wrist, but now not so much, but Larson trying to throw a half in there.
He jumped across nicely, but Carter defended really well by the time Larson got over there to run it. He looked like he was going to run the wrist like a half, which you can do, but he gave up on that option too. Now he's going to do a free escape. He did not give up the escape though, so he might try to turn it into a Turk or a side cradle. Now he's going to try to give him a full escape. There it is.
Point, escape, Carter.
Nice reaction by Larson, shooting on the stutter of Carter and puts him right to his back from this double into a reverse half Nelson.
About 20 seconds, trying to fight his way out of it.
Getting very close to a fall here. There it is.
46 seconds.
Larson, nice job of finishing there, as he will end up getting the pin late in the second. They get a 24-0 lead for the Trojans.
Accept the forfeit at 132 pounds from Wayzata, Cal Lundquist.
Lundquist will win by forfeit at 132 for Wayzata. So Buffalo electing not to send anybody out there.
Now wrestling 138 pounds from Wayzata, Tyler Wong. And from Buffalo, senior Sully Sherber.
Kyler Wong and Sully Sherber here at 138.
Sitting in an over-under here. Let's see if somebody wants to go for a throw.
Wong ranked number 3. Now 23-3 on the year.
Long is very much a pressure wrestler. He puts pressure on you the entire time, and it is very, very difficult to deal with. Sometimes snapping, and sometimes they're shooting like that. Hit a nice blast double and finishes. And then he smothers you when he gets on top. There's a reason he's ranked 3rd in the state. Nice little scramble to go out of bounds. We're going to start over. Here's that blast double. Plants the head right in the sternum. Keeps the feet moving. That's how you finish one. Nice sit out by Sherber.
What are they skating for Sherber?
Got a little technical problem with the headgear. That'll take a little while to get set up. And they're going to give him a backup.
Wong still holding the 2-1 lead as both guys get a brief little break here as he tries to put that second headgear on.
The coaches clearly saw that there was a problem with the headgear because they had the second one ready to go.
I think they kind of wanted to not take away Wong's momentum a little bit too, right?
I think you're exactly right. Nice little whip by Wong. He got 2 swipes on it too.
2 near ball awarded as well.
So he'll go up 6-1. Scherber's an experienced guy and a tough guy. Wong certainly, one of the more talented guys around the state at his weight class. But Scherber is a guy that can certainly give him a little bit of a battle anyway, for sure.
Yeah, he's game for this match. He's fighting hard. You can see some of the pressure that Wong puts on top of it is getting that rolled through tilt. It's a little too parallel. Now he's starting to kind of try to get off to an angle, but
didn't give up on it.
Now he's getting some swipes. Just 2 late in the match. Or late in the period, I'm sorry.
Wong will go up 8-1. Look at Eric Swenson here, and certainly they've built the program in the next couple of years figures to be very good again as well. I mean, obviously you lose a Cale Swenson, a couple other guys, but they've got a lot of 10th graders especially that are really good.
A lot of depth. Starting with this young man here. Scherber's got a nice crossbody right on Wong. Putting a lot of pressure. Wong comes to his feet, see if the ref lets it go. He will. Now he's got a potential for back points with this guillotine. He's got this thing very, very tight.
Potentially dangerous call there, though.
That might have been a little bit of a break for Wong, but that was a very, very tight guillotine. Scherber's got a very good top game. This is good experience for Wong to deal with this. Now he gets to his feet. He has the 2-on-1, and that's what the ref doesn't like. He's not returning him to the mat. If the bottom person gets up, the top person has to return them to the mat, or else give up a stalling. Let's see, going caution on Scherber.
That's his second.
Yeah, you can see Scherber uses his length very well on top. Goes back to that leg ride. Wong trying to swim out with his right hand and just gets caught in a little tighter, although Scherber is now getting too high.
See what Wong can do on top now, but I agree. Scherber looked like he definitely had a plan and was working it pretty well there for a bit.
Yeah, he was definitely comfortable on top. Wong going for that roll through tilt again. Should pick up some swipes here, at least 2.
So we'll get a 12-1 score after 2. Even though it sounds strange to say it, it felt like it was kind of a good period for Scherber in some ways.
It did, yeah. He executed his game plan, and I'm surprised he's actually going both up. I thought they would have put him on top. and have another shot at trying to throw those legs, and he's just going right into Wong's wheelhouse here. Wong hits that blast double, puts him right to his back, and picks up 2 near fall.
And that's going to make it a tech fall for Wong. 16-1.
414, Tyler Wong.
So Wong getting the job done against a game senior, Sully Scherber.
Now wrestling, 145.
So it'll be Ryan Scherber for Buffalo and Isaiah Schmitz for Wayzata.
Scherber in quick on a fireman's. She used effectively in the last match against Hopkins and put Schmitz onto his back. Now switches off to a half Nelson. And a quick fall.
So on senior night, senior Ryan Scherber, 18 seconds in, gets the Bison on the board with a pin over Schmitz. He is certainly a guy that wouldn't be surprised to see on the medal stand, ranked 4th at 138.
Here's the finish of that fireman's. Putting Schmitz right on his back, then switches off to a half Nelson. Catches the fall.
So we go to 152. Cale Swenson, undefeated, ranked number 1. 210 career wins and a quick takedown for Wayzata. He's facing Jacoby Scherber here.
Got a cradle locked up right out of the gate.
And how's that for an answer to the Buffalo early pin? This one took 20 seconds. In some ways, it would have been nice to see Ryan and Cale matched up, but didn't work out that way.
Yep, it doesn't always happen the way you want it to. We should get a good matchup this next round, I hope.
Now wrestling at 160 pounds from Wayzata, Adam Cherney, and from Buffalo, Owen Hurst.
Here's Swenson's cradle. He finishes bumping across. Adjusts, makes the quick fall.
So we go to 160 and another one that should be a really good matchup. Adam Cherney for Wayzata, Owen Herbst for Buffalo. Herbst is ranked 3rd. Cherney came into the night 16-5 and added a win last time around. So
yeah, Cherney's he's a state qualifier last year, and he's been kind of bumped up a couple of weight classes also. He's kind of been, just at the bottom edge of those rankings, popping in and out of them. But, he's beaten some good guys and lost, been inconsistent in other matches, but this is a good matchup for him.
Herbst 18-1 this year.
Cherney also, you can see, has a bit of a height advantage, or if you call that an advantage, I don't know. Gets deep in on a double, looks to finish, is able to drive across, but now he hooks the leg and is awarded the takedown. And he's not in a position to put on his ride yet, because Herbst has got his leg hooked and coming to his feet. Cherney wants to get that leg clear so that he can put his cradle ride on, his crossface cradle ride. And Herbst can cause him some problems there, and he uses it to his advantage. And now Cherney's in some deep trouble.
Got the reversal and then back points and maybe more here. Herbst trying to squeeze that head. Things changed in a hurry here. Owen Herbst. And he'll get the pin. Just beat the period break there too, so Herbst coming on strong after Cherney got the early takedown, and Herbst gets the pin.
And here you can see the fall. He's got that right arm hooked really tight, and this just makes this tough for Cherney to go anywhere. It was an unfortunate break for Cherney. He kind of held on longer than he probably should have in that position.
Yeah, it was one where even though he got the takedown, you never felt that comfortable with what the position he had.
Exactly.
From Wayzata, Nelson Kukowski. And from Buffalo, McCray Close.
Nelson Kukowski against McCray Close.
Close, a junior for Buffalo. He's a kid that's improved a lot this year, gotten a lot bigger too. Kukowski's a sophomore for Wayzata, and he's been wrestling a lot on JV, had a few stints on varsity here and there. He's making some gains. Trying to do what he has to do to be a starter on a very talented team in the next few years. Close is a big looking kid for a 70-pounder. Stretching Kukowski out a little bit. He's going to get the two-point takedown.
2 points of the takedown for Close above.
Found out tonight Close has ties to area Jason Close. His dad was quite a wrestler at Osseo and beyond, as he was a national caliber wrestler. Interviewed him in, gosh, I want to say about 1990 or so.
Yeah, Jason was a really good wrestler, great Greco-Roman wrestler. I used to be part of the Wayzata program, and I got to know him a little bit there. It's fun seeing his son grow up and sprout into a pretty good wrestler.
Should mention too that normally in this spot for Wayzata we'd be seeing Adam Eldemir, who's ranked number 8 for the Trojans, but he is out tonight.
Yeah, that would have been a good matchup for Close. Close is kind of one of those kids also on the outside looking in on the rankings as well, and that would have been a good matchup for both kids.
And so Close gets the only takedown of the first. He leads it 2-0 after one. As you get a look at Jeff Cranrud there, the Bison head coach, and we said first-year head coach. He's been in the program for 5 years prior to that. Native of Mayville, North Dakota.
Kukowski looked for a switch off the whistle. Close said nothing, not doing. Sniffed it out. Now he's got a bar and a wrist, it looks like. He's running the bar, but he looks back to the half too. He doesn't know which side he wants to do. Whenever that problem comes into play, the answer is to do both at the same time.
Oop, potentially dangerous.
And just as he did both, the ref decided to stop it correctly. His arm bar started to slide up into a dangerous position. Looks like Close is looking to elevate the inside leg and then Turk the bottom leg. And there he gets his knee across, and then he covers or scoops his ankle in. And now this is tough for Kukowski with a lot of time on the clock. The ref's starting to count swipes. You can see Close is elevating that bottom leg with his own leg. And now the ref's holding 3.
Trying to readjust his grip to keep, let's see if he can't, but right now he's in a tough spot to get that shoulder over. Yeah, maybe not.
It's a long ways to the fall from there, and Kukowski seems to be defending it okay.
And the hold was never really broken, so he won't get 3 and then 3 more.
Exactly. Now the ref will put up the points right at the end of the period.
So he gets the near fall, 5-0 lead for McRae Close of Buffalo.
It's 5-0 after 2 periods. Close choice, chooses down.
Kikowski thrown in the boot on the left side right out of the gate. Looking to stretch out Close here. Then starts fighting on that far arm. Maybe trying to peel it out for a guillotine. Now going for the leg. Put Close in a splits, but
I'm going to call it a stalemate.
let's get a fresh start. Quick switch by Close, which leads to a locked hands by Kikowski. He's shaking his head, but it's a hard thing to stop from doing from the top guy. When they hit the switch, you're instantaneously reaching across to try to stop them from coming around, and you sometimes catch your own wrist. Looks like we're calling that on Close, the caution.
This first.
Once again, Kikowski tossing that leg in, looking for the splits or the guillotine. But Close has just got a solid base. He's not going anywhere. Now he pops up.
And see, Close maybe just a little bit stronger too. Kwiatkowski a couple times has been in a spot where he just couldn't muscle him over.
Yeah, good observation. And you can see right there, Kwiatkowski's trying to fish that wrist out, but Close is just too strong. Here's that attempt at a guillotine or splits that Kwiatkowski's got. He's throwing the boot in again right out of the gate. Now going for a power half and seeing if that might be more effective against Close. But, you know, this is a situation where Close he has to defend Kwiatkowski, but he's not actually attempting to escape, and it's making it hard for Kwiatkowski his offense to open up.
And it's to the time in the match where it's got to be one big move now for Kwiatkowski because he's down 6-zip.
Yeah, he has to, the impetus is on him to score.
Stalling, Close. That's second call.
This power half by Kwiatkowski is getting closer. He's still a long ways away with Close holding that leg, bottom leg.
That was the second stall call against Close. Point, Kwiatkowski.
So it will be a 6-1 win as the stall call win against Close, but he will win it. So the Bison getting their third win. Third in the last 4 actually, but when you had 3 open weights and also got pinned a few times, it means you're way behind by that point. So 41-15 Trojans.
182 pounds. For Wayzata, Chase Ulum. And for Buffalo, Jacob Cramer.
Chase Ulum against Jacob Cramers here at 182.
A couple of sophomores. Both of them tied up tightly. Ulm dives in for a single, gets stretched out, but kind of powers up and brings the leg up into the air. You like to see that if you're a coach. Finishes the single leg.
2 points takedown. Wayzata.
And then another locked hands.
Locking the hands.
Not an uncommon thing. Ulm is a more inexperienced wrestler. Here you can see him fishing that single leg out. Very powerful young man. Just elevates that single high for the finish. Now going for a cross-face cradle here. Looks like it might be locked. Not quite locked up. Now it is.
Still got a pretty good grip, although he's not in a great position, but I think he doesn't want to let it go because he's still got a possibility of tipping him to his back here.
Yeah, he kind of brings him around. The cradle is not quite locked up right. He's got his hand underneath the knee. You need his elbow underneath the knee. But he might be in a position to pin him, and he does.
So Ulum stepping into the lineup and getting a pin for the Trojans there.
1 minute, 17 seconds.
It doesn't have to look right if it works.
Exactly.
Here you can see him finishing that cradle.
Wrestling at 195 pounds for Wayzata, Dominic Heim.
So Dominic Heim will bump up to 195 here for Wayzata against Brennan Halderson, a sophomore. Heim ranked number 10 at 182, but this time going up to 195. And he'll get 2 here at the edge.
Heim is only a freshman, but he is a very, very strong individual.
He had 21 wins this year, 17 by pin. So you can see he's a finisher.
Yeah, he's always been a pinner.
Caution was called on Heim. Wayzata is first.
Halderson entered the night just under 500 for the year.
Heim hitting the assassin from the front headlock. He is not gaining much ground with it, but he's certainly causing a lot of pain and suffering for Halderson.
Heim had a little trouble with the head game there. He briefly had to back off.
Nice blast double by Heim. Goes up 4-1. And they go back to the center. Here's that blast double, head tap, and just feet running. The feet, you got to keep the feet moving when you're finishing that double leg. Now he's going for, look like a free release, but he might be trying to hit that assassin again. Now the ref calls the escape, but he does hit the assassin, and he's got it tight this time. He's dropping his right hip down. This is a miserable position for the kid in the assassin.
And he'll get the fall. True to form, Heim, as you said, is a pinner. And he will get the pin here for the Trojans. So down to a couple matches to go here.
Here's the finish of that assassin. It's a very, very tight move. It cuts off everything.
Trojans now up 53-15. Gage Opp. Riggs Tutenhagen for the Bison. A couple of 10th graders.
These guys are just glad they're not wrestling RJ Chikalis this time.
Yeah. Both guys fell victim to RJ, the defending state champ for Hopkins. But on the flip side, both teams easily won their matches with the Royals heading into this third one of the night.
Got some hand fighting here by both guys, trying to work into a position that they're happy with. Might see Opp try a slide by from that collar tie position if they go back to it.
Official telling both guys, you know, we've had action in most matches all night. I want to see that continue here right now.
Tutenhagen doesn't, he listens to the ref and takes a shot right away. It might have been ill-advised, but we'll find out because Opp's got full hips on him. Now goes for a front headlock, drops him back down. Now looking for a whip over and catches it. gets the takedown and swipes. He's turning the chin on this thing. This is going to be tough sledding for Teutenhagen. Although Opp does not have his elbow behind the head, he's got the chin, but he doesn't have the elbow behind the head. It makes it a little tougher to finish from this position, and he's extremely high. If he can work back down, he might have a shot, but now he's looking to be potentially in trouble, although there's not enough time left.
He'll get 3 near fall, but it looked like there was going to be a pin happening there, and Teutenhagen lives to fight on into the second period here.
Opp elevating that near leg. He's looking to Turk the bottom leg. Turk meaning you just simply hook it. Going for it again, but not enough real estate to do it.
Oops.
Little head start.
Caution call.
Big lift and return for Opp. He's getting a little high on his ride. Teutenhagen couldn't quite take advantage of it. Now this is always the danger if you go for that standing lift on that leg for the Turk. The other person can just literally grab your leg that's sitting right next to you. And Teutenhagen takes advantage of it, catches the reversal. Opp going to a tripod stand-up, gets to his feet. He's not able to keep his both feet on the ground though.
Sometimes you wonder when you get so close to pinning someone and let them off the hook, you know, the match can turn from there. He's still up 5-2 and now 6-2 though.
Yep, that is always a danger. If you've got a game opponent and you don't put them away when you have the chance, that can come back to haunt you. Hard hand fighting in here. It's really hard to see from the fans' perspective, but if you're in close there where the ref is, you can see how tough these guys are fighting for hand position, and their heads are connecting, and they're trying to gain leverage with their foreheads, pushing the other person's head out of the way, and it is a very, very tough battle on the inside of there.
Period comes to an end, so Opp still leading at 6-2, but we will go to a third.
Opp was able to use that tripod effectively to get away in the last period. Let's see if he does it again. And he's doing it correct. He's backing his hands towards his hips. Nice return by Teutenhagen. It's not easy business against someone much taller than you. Opp gets right back to his feet. Oh, they hit a stall call on Teutenhagen right as the escape happens.
Teutenhagen, that is his first warning. Point escape for Opp.
Yeah, kind of a bad situation there for Riggs as he let him ended up getting the stall and the escape, and then another stall call, so make it 8-2.
Yep, it's something that coaches harp on all the time, is to not just casually back out of bounds when your back is to the edge of the mat. They want you to circle back to the inside because it's the ref's discretion to call that stall call. But Teutenhagen comes right back and gets a double leg finish for himself. He's back in this match. He's down by 4.
Yeah, he's going to have to think about cutting him there. I was going to say, just the time situation wasn't looking good for.
And he wasn't successful on top in the other two, or the other times he's been on top. So you're right. He needs to go feet to back. Opp attempting a slide by from that position, collar tie, hard collar tie on the right side. This time when Tutenhagen shot, he was able to get Opp was able to get a sprawl, but now he switches it to a Kelly, now switching back to a single on the other side, and he is able to bring the leg in and get the takedown. And he's going to probably go for a quick cut maybe, or there's not much time on the clock. Short time. It's a 3-point match.
Make it 10-6 now after that escape. He will get 2, but just enough to pull him within 10-8, so Opp will hang on to win it in a close one.
Good match between those two younger upperweights.
And I think for the coaches, they kind of don't mind having a guy have to work all 3 periods sometime too, just to make sure you're really in shape for sections.
Yeah, you got to know what they're going to act like in that period, that third period in a tough match.
From Wayzata, Deandre Watkins, and from Buffalo, Madsen.
Deandre Watkins against Cole Madsen here in our heavyweight matchup.
This is a little bit of a size disadvantage. Watkins has been wrestling at 95 most of the year, but he must have weighed in at 220 today, which I'm sure he's not a full 220, and this is causing some problems for him.
Madsen has him in trouble early here.
2 points in the near fall.
2 near fall, 4-0 lead now for Madsen. Yeah, when you get into 220 and especially heavyweight, occasionally you can see some pretty big weight differences.
You can, yeah, and it's tough on a kid that's not a full size 220 to go up to heavy, but he's a young athletic kid. He's very strong, so I don't think he's necessarily going to get outpowered. And his bigger problem is he just doesn't have the experience yet. He's only been in wrestling for a year. Madsen running this arm bar, as all the Buffalo kids do. And this was, he's going to get the fall.
So Madsen will end the night with a pin for Buffalo, but overall it's Wayzata dominating the duel in our third match of the night, as we get to see Madsen finishing off the Bison. So they get 3 pins and 1 decision overall for the Bison, but it's Wayzata rolling to victory as they did over Hopkins. They win it 56-21, and showing why they're a top 10 team. They got 1 or 2 guys out of the lineup still, but came up with a big win here tonight.
They did. They got a tough team that showed why they're one of the top teams in the state. And Buffalo fought hard. They had some good wrestlers, but too many holes in the lineup.
So we're just about through the regular season now, and best of luck to both of these teams in their respective sections. Buffalo in Section 8, Wayzata in Section 5. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's matches from Buffalo High School. The final in this third one, it is Wayzata defeating Buffalo 56-21. Good night from Buffalo.